With a yo-ho-ho, it's Taylor the Toaster. Welcome to Inazuma 11-3, Team Ogre Attacks. That's all the intro I need, because this is the one where we actually go all the way back to Japan for some reason. You know, we've got this whole FFI area, but in the Hidden Hill, we can take on Team Ogre themselves. The big exclusive feature of the game. And right now, we are looking at the game's main antagonists with this music. They didn't even have this music playing when we were just talking to Sue and Tori here. That's more like it. Hey, Team Ogre!
If it isn't Mark Evans, and what are you doing here?
We don't want a world without football. We're going to stop you. Come on, or are you too scared to face us?
Interesting. So, Mark Evans now knows of our existence.
Ugh!
Canon, are you okay?
Unless I'm very much mistaken, you don't belong in this time. Who could have sent you? Ogres, your mission has changed. Do you copy? Your goal is no longer to defeat Mark Evans' team in the Football Frontier International. Commence Phase 2 of the operation. Yes, sir. Listen carefully, Mark Evans. My name is Bash Lancer. I am the leader of an elite military unit charged with the execution of Operation Ogre. Our orders are to root out the seeds of dangerous thoughts in our time, thereby ensuring a world free from football. The only option remaining to us is to do battle, defeat you utterly, and force you to renounce football once and for all. Battle? You're still talking about football, aren't you?
Who'd want a world without football? How boring would that be? We'll teach you how much fun football can be.
Your defiance is pathetic, and from one whose time is over. Ogres, prepare for battle.
I don't know, I think there's a lot of mums out there who could quite happily live in a world without football. You can even break the mood even more by talking to some rabbits. But no, we're going to take this seriously and actually play Team Ogre. We get this music again while we've got Lancer saying, are you ready to do back? Yes, we are. So let's do that. I have removed the stylus.
Commencing Phase 2 of Operation Ogre.
I have already laid out the formation, so boy, there is a lot to say about Team Ogre. We get some nice music, I can definitely say that. That is a nice exclusive feature to this game. If it needed saying that this game is, if this match is not in Lightning Bolt and Bomb Blast, I would think that's fairly obvious. These guys' descriptions are just lump, lump, lump and bump, bump, bump. And they are tiny, especially if you see them in the anime. They actually fit on the goalkeeper's shoulders. Bash Lancer is a forward, but he's stuck in midfield position anyway. Wow, that's what they have to say about the star striker of the main antagonist of this game. He may look like a girl, but he's savage. Oh dear. I thought I would at least try to take this seriously, but man, from the get-go this has been a challenge. But yeah, they don't do any, you know, forced story stuff like you get the ball taken from you. This is actually an incredibly normal match. So just go straight out. Grandfire is a long shot, so I'm normally a bit more sparing with it, but we barely even had the chance to see it. So let's just go straight in, and we'll see if we can score the first goal, because there's no plot reason as to why it won't go in. This is just a fair match. High voltage is a very good move, but it's not going to beat the best shot in the game, that being Grandfire. I think it's like in the top 3 of strength anyway. So yeah, A lot of people do think the Team Ogre match is difficult. I've heard a lot of people say it. Me personally, I've never had any real trouble with it. In fact, it actually served as quite an anticlimax, because when I played Team Ogre Attacks, I've already played Bomb Blast once. I was playing this game purely for the exclusive stuff, the Team Ogre story, and then when I actually played them, they're nicking moves from Qatar, and it was actually pretty easy to me. But apparently other people have had trouble, and indeed I have done a lot of the side stuff with the extra competition routes, so I think if you weren't over leveled like I am, this would probably be one of the more challenging matches in the game. But we are going to defeat Team Ogre and save the future, because for some reason mercenaries have been sent 80 years into the past purely to eliminate football from the world, with no motive given other than it plants dark thoughts into people's heads or something. It's kind of stupid, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan. We're gonna get a shot chain going here. Fire tornado, nice. We're going for the full-on movie-style shots for this match, which was the focus of a movie. But yeah, so I might as well talk about the movie now then. Electrap is gonna stop that shot chain. So fair enough, that shows that Team Ogre, they are indeed a challenge. Grandfire was just an exceptionally good thing to throw at them. But first of all, let's just say that Inazuma 11 The Movie is available to buy legally on the Nintendo eShop, presumably only in Europe and Japan. But if you want to watch the movie in English, you can do that for like £1.79, I think it is. It doesn't cost much. You can actually get it as a piece of download software for the 3DS. So you can do that. I did it while I was taking the train to Glasgow. I just watched Inazuma 11 The Movie and it kept me busy. Let's go with Dragon Slayer because their goalkeeper's running out of TP. Just blast straight through them. But yeah, and that was my second time watching the movie. I'd watched it in Japanese before when it was on YouTube. We're gonna score! And it's actually got a purple highlight around the ball. I wonder why. Anyway, I'm gonna need to do some substitutions, so just give me a moment to do that. And then I'm gonna talk about the movie. But I'm not gonna hold back with spoilers, so if you want to watch the movie, that's your warning. I've gone for a complete switch around. But so, first of all, the name of the movie in English on the eShop in full is Inazuma 11 The Movie, The Ultimate Force, Team Ogre Attacks. You thought this game had a long title. They really pushed the boat out on the name of the film. The text is actually... There's so much of it that on my 3DS XL, I can't even read the words, because there's so many of them. But that is the film, where obviously Team Ogre will do pretty much the same stuff they've been doing in the film, getting sent back to the past by Admiral Hillman, who is just still evil for some reason. You don't get an explanation in the movie, you don't get an explanation in the game, just as I said before. I do not want people expecting an explanation as to why Coach Hillman is evil in the context of Team Ogre, because it's never explained.
Listen to me, Mark Evans. Abandon football. Give it up. Look at your team. Look how much harm has been done to them by your passion, by your words, by football.
No!
It is football to blame for mankind's decline. It weakens the body and saps the spirit. Abandon football, Mark Evans.
This is the Team Ogre's real motive, by the way, for why they want to get rid of football. There is no greater reason. Whoa, these ogres talk too much. Let's shut them up, Mark. Let's do exactly that. I do actually have Mark on the pitch up front. It's nice to try stuff. Let's see what Team Ogre Attacks' special tactics are. I want to know. Oh, it's Godspeed, so that's just going to run down the timer a little more quickly. Or it gives them greater movement speed. Yeah, that's the one. It gives them greater movement speed. Okay, that's actually pretty threatening. They're going to take a shot. Let's try our best to stop it with Fiend. Oh, he doesn't have any TP. Well, that's disappointing. I wanted to see some proper Team Ogre Attacks shots. Let's just raise a wall, save Darren's TP. So the movie actually has, despite the same business of Team Ogre coming into the past to stop football and crush Mark Evans, what's different is that because they wanted the movie to be accessible to people in the cinema, the theatre, without watching the anime, it actually takes place not within the story of Inazuma 11-3, but within the story of the first season, covering the first game. We're going to see Lance's shot here, actually. Doom Spear version 3. It's pretty nice, not going to lie. We're going to try and stop it, though. But the fact that this game, that the story takes place within Inazuma 11-1 in the movie, presents a lot of problems. Oh, we actually scored. Nice.
This is war.
Not that there's not a lot of problems with presenting it within Inazuma 11-3, but basically the entire first half an hour of the movie is a plot recap of the first season. Like, you see Ryman face Royal Academy, you see Axel join the team, all of that stuff, even just stuff like the training montage before Farm Junior High, Jude joining the team, that is all repeated in the movie. And it's just weird, because you came here expecting a story about Inazuma 11-3, and basically you just get a recap of Inazuma 11-1, and then eventually Team Ogre do travel into the past, and they get another 36-0 win, not over Francis Rose Griffins, but instead it's over Zeus, so that certainly sets the tone a bit more. But then, when you see them beat the Rose Griffins or Zeus 36-0, you'd expect them to basically be unbeatable, but of course Ryman stroke Inazuma of Japan just finds a way. It's a little hard to believe, but at least in the game, it's the actual team themselves that can take the credit for beating Team Ogre. In the movie, Ryman are losing, and then Sean Frost, Archer Hawkins, Austin Hobbs, Xavier Foster, and Paolo Bianchi from Italy just emerge out of a portal, join the team, and then score all the winning shots. So it's like you have that entire plot recap showing who Ryman are, and then they don't even do the winning themselves. Well, okay, Axel gets a goal, and Mark stops some legendary shots, but it's all in a very continuity-breaking way. Like, the movie is completely non-canon, because Axel scores with an entirely new move called Maximum Fire, and likewise Mark stops the ball with a move you'll never otherwise see, Omega the Hand, and even Prime Legend is a brand new move which does some of the scoring in that film. That does have Jude as part of it, but it's a collab shoot. So it's a retelling of Season 1, but it's completely non-canon. Well, I guess there's a joke in there somewhere, given that one of the characters is called Canon. Yeah, he gets a goal as well with his move, God Cannon. But, yeah, so it's just all a bit flawed, if I'm being honest. But I still appreciate brand new content. Team Ogre Attacks is still the definitive version of the game. Even if this particular story is not that good, it has other features such as Tourney Mode. And it does also have moves like Maximum Fire and Prime Legend, like we mentioned before. Those moves are not in Lightning Bolt or Bomb Blast. Even though none of the characters actually learn them in their level up movesets here, you could at least buy the move manual. They're at least there. This is still ever so slightly better than Lightning Bolt and Bomb Blast. But still, I would suggest if you're a big Inazuma fan, you might as well buy the movie and watch it. It's only going to take an hour and a half out of your life. And if you're going to buy the game, Team Ogre Attacks is still definitely the one. They actually made a Breakthrough 3. Luckily, it's not quite as violent as Breakthrough 2, but as if they actually put one in there. But anyway, That's it! The entire game you were expecting a big challenge from Team Ogre, and they just appeared in the lead up to the Italy match and we beat them 4-1. That's all she wrote. And genuinely, that is it for Team Ogre's story within the main game now. So, sorry if you expected more. Again, this is the point where you expect Admiral Hillman to appear and explain why he was being evil, but our mission has ended in failure. That was a great game, wasn't it, Besh? Football is all about it's not about following orders, it's about having fun.
Fun? Bah. It's exactly that kind of attitude which has corrupted our great nation. We are soldiers. We must ensure that our country remains strong. And yet, I have seen my comrades led astray by football's charms and abandoning their duties. Playing football, having fun. Pah! It is that has weakened our nation. We must eliminate this wretched sport.
Bash?
Ogres, withdraw. Return to base.
And that's all. At least they don't do the whole business of Mark wins them rounds and makes friends with them and convinces them that they had fun like they do in the movie. But yeah, it even says directly here, everyone within the game forgets that Team Ogre ever existed. So it's kind of non-canon within the actual context of the game as well. But that's it. We're even going to get back on with the main story. So,
the Brazilian team, the Kingdom, were top of the group. That was to be expected. They already have several world titles under their belt and they dominated the group, but behind them in second place.
Allow me to step in here if I may. According to my predictions, it will almost certainly be either France or Spain, or Team Ogre.
In second place in Group B were the team from Côte Victoire, Little Gigantes.
Huh? Côte Victoire? What kind of team are they?
The Republic of Côte Victoire is a small country located in the heart of Africa. There were no real expectations of this team progressing beyond the group stages. We know almost nothing about its players.
Well, they've made it through to the knockout stages, so they must be pretty good. How can we find out more about them?
It's funny you should ask. There's a press conference due to be held there today with players from Brazil and the Côte Victoire team. They're going to be interviewed about how the tournament has gone so far and how they managed to qualify.
Really? How can we go, coach?
As long as you're back for afternoon training.
Great! The press conference is being held in Titanic Stadium. Let's head there now.
But let's not forget, in this episode we beat Team Ogre. They attacked and we dealt with them. In the next episode, you might as well take the Team Ogre Attacks out of the title because it's plain sailing from here on out. We're going to go to Titanic Stadium and learn more about Côte Victoire. TTFN.